I'd been given a full-ride scholarship to my mom's alma mater. All I had to do was get there. 3 days after I married the love of my life, we were in an automobile accident with no way to get to Indiana. Well, that scholarship went unused. Then I received a job offer to offset the cost of education at a Christian college in Oklahoma. The offer was for full-time work with benefits and 6 hours of classes per term. We were told that housing would be made available once we arrived. So we left Portland early July. It was partly cloudy with a high of about 76. 3 days later, we arrived on campus to 112 degrees and very high humidity. They allowed us to stay in an air-conditioned room for a few days as we searched for a home. Then, they apologized for the lack of housing available in the city because a large company had made a major expansion and housing had suddenly become difficult to find. The school would not be able to assist us after all. So I went to sign up for my 6 hours of complimentary classes, and I was told that the offer had been amended to 2 hours. During that first term, we discovered that we were going to welcome our firstborn in just a few months. So I went to the business office to assess what our insurance coverage would be, only to find out that the business manager had failed to pay the premium. College would have to wait. My wife was unable to continue working due to pregnancy problems, so our income was cut in half. We had to sell our car in order to survive. One week we had a half a bag of macaroni and a bottle of ketchup to fix for dinner. As we were eating this last meal, a check came in the mail, enough to buy groceries for the rest of the month. When the school found out what the business manager had done, they removed him, but the damage was done. We'd have to do something else. Well, I was offered a job with medical insurance that would cover us throughout the pregnancy, and it paid significantly more money. We would now be a one-income family as we waited for our first child. It would be 10 years before I could return to school. This time, with God's call on my life, the timing was right. During one class, a visiting professor made this statement, and it put everything into focus. She said, "Remember this, God will always be faithful. The church may not." 40 years of pastoral ministry have proven her correct. What I read about in my youth, I now know by experience. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. That's Psalm 121, verses 1 through 3. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. Hebrews chapter 12, the second part of verse 1, and first part of verse 2. Trust the process. Allow God to be who He is today.